Oh, welcome back to Summit Sunrise. Wow. Having just a little bit too much fun with Jimbo from Precision Ski and Golf. And as always, I learn something brand new every time that Jimbo comes into the studio, and you guys will probably as well. Now, this morning, the topic of conversation is shafts, right, Jimbo?
Shafts, you know, okay. And, you know, golf is an interesting sport in that I've heard it described like trying to hit a gopher with a tire iron. You know, that it's very lopsided. If you look at a lot of sports like tennis, badminton, ping pong, you can hit whatever you're hitting on this side or on this side with different techniques. Baseball bat, you can hit a ball anywhere on the bat and get some sort of result. You know, golf is really a strange sport, and in that I mean that the equipment is lopsided. Okay, you can only hit the ball one way here, and you know, a lot has to happen. A lot of good things have to happen in order to have a very positive result. So the idea is that the USGA, the U.S. Golf Association, they control some of the dimensioning of golf club heads.
Okay.
They control the weight and the size. So what that does is it leaves the golf club manufacturers the choice of doing something with the shaft.
Okay.
I mean, because everything else is pretty much controlled. So here's two different shafts. Might be hard to see. One is a steel shaft. This one here, this is very old, traditional type of golf club shaft. And the new age shafts are graphite. One of the big differences is in the weight. A traditional steel shaft can weigh as much as 130 grams.
Okay.
Okay, this is like four ounces.
Okay.
A graphite shaft can weigh half as much.
Just kind of holding.
So sometimes when you pick them up, you can discern a difference that it feels lighter because there's less material there. The graphite shaft is easier to swing through the air because you can go a little bit faster. Compare moving like a pencil to moving a 2x4 through the air. Pencil is going to be easier because it's lighter. So that's the same with graphite shafts. That steel shafts are still used. A lot of manufacturers still use them. They're less expensive. The best steel shaft, this is one of the best steel shafts out there, is $18 for a brand new shaft.
Okay.
That's about where some graphite shafts take off. This is a $24 graphite shaft. Here's a $100 graphite shaft. Each one gets lighter and lighter.
Right.
I mean, you can feel this one. It's light as a feather. There's nothing there.
That's crazy.
You know, so it's like a lot of equipment. Tennis, skiing, snowboarding. The more you pay, things tend to happen. So one of the things that tends to happen is the shafts get lighter.
Right.
Okay, so that helps the golfer to swing the club a little bit faster. Also, graphite, what it does is it absorbs some of the shock, just as a graphite tennis racket absorbs some of the shock of hitting the ball, and it doesn't transfer it to the golfer. So another very positive feature of graphite compared to steel. Steel is you know, it's made in factories that you know, the metal is pulled out, and it's you know, it has certain characteristics to it. With graphite, the manufacturers can do so many different things in terms of not only how it flexes, a light, easy, soft flex, which would be good for the little old lady from Pasadena, or a really stiff flex, which would be good for Tiger and Phil Mickelson, that sort of thing. So all shafts come in, or most all shafts come in all those different flexes. But one of the key ingredients is, where does the shaft flex? If it flexes more in the middle, or closer to the head, or closer to the grip. The closer it is to the head, this helps a ball to gain some trajectory. The closer it is to the grip, it keeps the trajectory low and provides more distance. So what's called a low kick point favors a developing golfer. A higher kick point favors an accomplished golfer. A mid kick point kind of favors the majority of golfers. So that can be dialed into the shaft. Also, because of the lopsidedness, with the head being off of one side of the club, there's a feature in a shaft called torque or torsion, and it's the resistance of the shaft to twist. We call it torsion in snowboards and skis.
Right.
It's exactly the same thing, and it works exactly the same way. If it's soft and flexible and it allows the shaft to twist a little bit more easily, that allows the little old lady from Pasadena to have her swing and the golf club head to be properly aligned when she hits the ball. For someone that swings more aggressively, a stiffer or tighter torque would compare to a tighter torsionally stiff ski that might be more embraced by Bodie Miller than my mother.
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of features that are available in the shafts that can make a club that has been disobedient be obedient, because these shafts can be easily changed. They're unglued from the golf club head, and another shaft that's more appropriate put in. And a lot of times that's a great way to refresh a club, you know, or if somebody gives you a club, if it was your father's club and he was a very good golfer and you're just starting out, that might not be the right shaft.
Right.
And it can just be replaced. Or if they get broken from anger management issues, or if they hit obstacles, you know, they can easily be repaired. And that's what we do.
Obviously at Precision, there's so many different options as far as customizing your clubs. Where are you guys located?
Well, we're on Summit Boulevard, sort of directly across from the Walmart complex, right in between Christie Sports and Cammie's Yogurt.
And what are your hours this time of year?
This time of year, I'm there most mornings from 9 till noon, and then from 3 until 5 in the afternoon. We're closed on Wednesdays, which would be tomorrow, which is a golf day, and Sunday, which is another golf day.
I like that we know what you're doing when the shop is closed, Jimbo. That's great. But then you know that, you know, clearly you're getting the best of the best because someone's out there doing it and practicing on a daily basis. So many options. And, you know, beyond just that, I know that you guys do customized footbeds for golf shoes and just about everything you can think of.
New grips, that's a big thing that most golfers overlook, maintaining their grips. Grips are usually good for a couple of years up here because of the dry climate. Even if you have brand new tires on your bike, park your bike in the garage and don't use it for a couple of years. When you look at it, the rubber is all checked and deteriorating. Grips are the same way. New grips refresh a club like you can't believe. It's like having a tune-up on your snowboard.
I tell you what, so many great ways that you can improve your golf game and your ski and snowboard game come this winter. But Jimbo, thank you so much. Always a pleasure having you here.
Thanks for having me.
Every time you come on, I learn something new.
Great day out there today. A little hazy, but looks pretty clear right now.
I know, it looks like a good day for a little golfing. All right, we're going to take a break here on Summit Sunrise, but we'll be back, so don't go away.